Hi, this is Devasys Rao. So, yesterday we read about the data types and literals. So, up to we have read that like what is the need of the data type, what is a data type, types of data type, and like the question like what JVM does when it encounters data type inside a program. After that, we learn about the limitation of the primitive data type and its solution. And again, we learn about some overview about the arrays and like how the memory locations happen in the array. Then we know about the limitation of array and the solution is there. And the solution of array we got that it is a class. So going to moving forward. So what is a class? Okay. So why for what purpose the class is used? What is the requirement of the class? Okay. So moving forward. Okay. Class. Okay. So like the Sun microsystem, uh, Sun microsystem provides a way to create a new data type to store like different type of values we can store in the continuous memory locations, like using maybe primitive and reference values. Okay, reference types of values. So we can store them at a single location. Okay, in a single point in a continuous memory location, we can store those classes, we can store those values, those types. And for that, it has provided a way. That way, it has provided in the way of creating a class. So we can say it is a way, it is a way to create new data types to store different different types of values in continuous memory location using primitive and reference types. Okay. So like if we'll take example, everything we should go by the example, not only the theories. Okay. Example, you can say it like this. So we have a class is there. Okay. We have a class is there class. Let's say the name of the class, maybe example will be there. And in that class, we'll have like primitive types will be there. Okay. And the types will be like byte b is equal to 10 and we will have int I is equal to 20. Then we have char ch is equal to, we need to write the char in the single code. Okay. So it would be like a, and let's say we will have a, here also we can specify array creations also. Sorry. Array also we can specify here everything. Double, double array. Can say like 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. Okay. And we can specify a reference value also. Reference, let's say string is a class. Okay. String str is equal to Java. And like these are the things present in a class. Okay. Okay. and yeah, so if I class, so when we will create the object of this class. Okay, like object is similar to that of the assigning a memory location for a data type. As we are doing for a class, we need to create the object. So while creating the object, then the data types which are present, then the variables which are present with the data types, those variables will be given a memory location inside that object. Okay, it should be a long sentence, so don't be confused. Just go by the example. So, like if we are creating this, like this example E is equal to new example, we'll be creating like this. Okay, then what will happen? Like a memory will be created. Okay, a memory will be created. So, like this, say it's a object will be created like this. Okay, and the object address will be there. Let's say it is 1010. Okay, and we will have like this. So this is there, and we have how many variables are there? One, two, three, four, and five. Sorry, I have not specified any name here. So it is like string. So you need to, okay. I have commented this out. Specified but commented this. Okay. So here it will having like string tag. Okay. So we will have one, two, three, and four and five. Five numbers of variables are there. You need to create the five locations will be there in continuous manner. It should be there. Four and five. Okay. So like the variables will be there to names. So we will have the last variable str. Then we have the next variable as we can say we have the d variable for the array. Then we have ch. Then we have like I is there. Then we have like B is there. Okay. So like string is a reference type. So as this example, okay, E for E1, like this one is there. So this part is there and this part. For the new part, this one is created. Okay. So for this new part, this object is created. Sorry. So for the new part, this object is created. And for this part, example E part, so we'll have like this. So like we'll have here the it will hold as here we can see E is pointing to the new example. So it's pointing the new object that is being formed. So here E, so here E will be just pointing out that object. So how it will pointing out if you store that location address here, then it will pointing out. So location address is 1010. So if it is written 1010, then the JVM will assign this one to this and it will hold on to this one. Okay. But here str. So str we have it is also a reference type. So for this one object will be also created. Okay. One object will be created and for that object the value will also be stored there. Okay. So we'll have that J B okay. We have the Java, then it will have some address to let's say 222 and we will be assigning here 222 and then it will be pointing to this one. Okay. And for that D is a double is also a reference type. This one is also a reference type. This one. So here also we need to create another object. One array object will be created here. Okay. So an array object will be created, and there we have assigned how many? We have assigned four number of elements. So like four number of location will be created. Like we saw above how a array is being initialized like that. And like here there will be like 0, 1, like this location will be there, and like values will be stored like 1, 2, 3, 4. The values will be stored and it will have some address too. Let's say it's 63. And here the location address will be stored. And as the location address is being stored, it will point to this one. Okay. If I'm going anywhere speed, please mention in the comments so that I will slow down also. And character CH, we have a single code. A is there, so as it is a primitive, so directly it will place here. Then we have int I, its value is 20. Then we have byte, it is 10. Okay, so this will be the structure. How means how the in the continuous memory location will be assigned for the primitive type. Okay, for the primitive type, it is being assigned here, and for the reference array type, it's being assigned here, and for a reference type, it is also being assigned. We saw these many times. Okay, so like moving forward, like here for explanation, I can tell like this. I can tell that like new keyword, new keyword provides continuous memory reference for all variables created in the class. And the base address that in the above it is 1010, and the base address is stored in the variable e. Okay, here in the variable e, the base address is stored as you can see here. Okay, you can see here in the e. Here, this is the e one. It is being stored. First for the base address. Base address means this object will be stored in a location. Okay. And further we will learn about the JVM architecture. There we will learn that the objects are being stored in a area. Okay. So in the JVM there are like 5 areas are there. So that is how it being divided. So in that the heap area. Okay, in the heap area the objects are being stored there. So in that heap area this object will be created and it will have a address. That address will be stored by this variable. We call it a reference variable. Okay, as it's the variable which is representing a class. So E variable is representing the class example. So we call it as a reference variable. Okay, so it will be storing this object location's address. So like we can define the class as like we can define a class as we can define in terms of this data type. We can define it. We define a class in terms of data type that it is used to store single and multiple. Apology for the typo. I will be doing that. More typo errors will be there in the notes. Values of same and different data types, managing continuous, we saw that continuous memory. Okay, so and we can say that special feature of the class is like not only this data type for that purpose the class is used. The special feature for which the class is introduced is like it it allows us to define methods to provide business logic. Okay. But it will provide us, it will give us a chance to write the methods as that is being already there in the previous videos. You can go through that. It allows us to create methods where we can define business logics. It's one of the advantages of using a class. Okay. So this is just a definition of class in terms of data type. So moving forward, you can say like Uh, we have a question. Actually, while going through, I have that question. I don't know if you have that or not. Like, why reference types are called derived types, and like, what is their size? How can tell that in this above? How you can say that what is the size of this class? Can you tell the size of this class? So how we can tell that? And like, why we call this reference types as a derived types. This reference types, each reference type, we call it as a derived type. Why? This question usually comes. Okay, why? Why reference types are called derived types? Okay, okay, this question. So, as part of the solution for this, I can tell that as they are created using primitive types, as a distributor, we call it as derived because it is derived from something. Okay, so it is like derived from something, like it is derived from the primitive types. So because they are created using the primitive types, that's why it is called as the derived types, the reference types. In the above, we can see that the array is sorry, arrays consist of double values. So double is what? It is a primitive type. So like it is created using the primitive types. That's why we call it as a reference type. So array is a reference type. We call it as a. So like example is this example E. We call it as a reference type or derived type. Why would we call it as? Because it is consists of primitive types. So you can see. Even though if we go deep, like string you can say it's a reference type, so it is not a primitive type. No, string internally does only character array. It follows character array. We learn that in string handling, so we learn depth into it. So string internally follows the character array. So internally it is following some characters only. So characters are what? Are the primitive types. So these are consist of primitive types. That's why we call it as a derived type. Okay. So, okay, yeah. And what is the size? In the above, we can see that like here it is like 10 bytes is there. Okay, like byte means one uh, byte contains one only size. Its size is one. And int, we have the size like for the int, we have the size, and for the char also, like int, we have two sizes there. Char, we have two. So we have four letters, that is eight. And like we have here like double, it is four number is there. So double single one is eight size. So 4 into 8, 32. This one, if you're going to calculate these things. So character, if you calculate these things like byte is one size, and like int is a four size, and char is a two size. Okay, and double is a eight size. So we have like byte, we have for the B value, we have like 10 sizes there. And what is the size for this one? So for the I, I will have like, it will be like 1 into 10 equal to 10. Then for integer, we have like two sizes there for Java. Sorry, integer we have, sorry, 4 is size is 4. So 20 into 4, it's like, mm, so it is like that only. Sorry, not 1 into 10. Um, because only one location, in single location, it's being stored. So like, sorry for confusing you. Sorry. I am a bit confused also. Like byte, here byte contains only, like bytes have one size, and like int have four sides, and char have two sides. So in a single location only the 20 is stored, and a single location only 10 is stored. So why we are going for multiplying one and 10? Sorry, it's like a one size. And for I we have like four. The size is four. Okay, because integer size is four. So like here we can see in a single location only 10 is stored. In a single location only 20 is stored. In a single location only 8 is stored. So like ch here, I'm just pointing here. The ch here is in this object, it will have like two sides, and in the I the size will be like four, and for the B the size will be one. So like here ch, the size will be like two. Okay. And for coming back to double, yeah, for this case we need to multiply because each of the single location contains what size? Eight sides. Because double have eight sides. Okay, double consists of eight byte. Okay, it's a eight sides. Okay, like one, two, three, and four. Four box are there. So four into eight, it will be like 32. Okay, for B, the size will be like four into eight is equal to 32. Okay. And if we are coming for the next one, it is string type. I call the string is a internally the string is character array only. So character have single space of, if character single location is of size two. So here Java is there with the string. So J A B. So four characters are there. So four into two it's eight size. Okay. So str. Okay, it's str. So it is like four into two. So to it. So the total values, if you calculate, this totals will give what 1 plus 4, 5 to 7, 7, 30 to 39, 39 plus 8, it is 47. Okay, total size is 47. Okay, so this class, so E, example E. So we have in the above example E is there. So this E, what this E call, what this E have the size, this E have the size of, that is 47 byte. Okay, it is only 47. The size is there. This is how we got the size. And coming to the range part, I have talked about that the double have 8 size and the int have 4 size, char have 2 size. A lot more confusion will be there among you. So we will talk about the size and range. Size and range and like default values. Okay, default values will be there. So here we'll start from small to big. Okay, like we'll talk about the byte one. Byte. It will have like the size like one, and for the range it will be like minus 128 to 127. Yeah, and the default value is 0. Okay, so it will be great if we'll be creating a box. Okay, data type. Then we will have like the size will be there. Then we will be having the range will be there. Then we will be having the default size, default value will be there. So, so for the byte one, okay. So we have like 8 is there. Okay, so we'll create those things. This one for byte, this one for sort, and this one for char, and this one for int time, and this one for long time. Okay, and this one for the float time, and this one for the double and boolean. So we'll be dividing these things. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, okay. So in practice, it will be like byte sort int here. Okay, here is none. So it should be long float double. This one is boolean. Okay. So size of the byte will be like 1. Sort will be like 2. Okay. And for char, it's also the same. 2 is there. And for int, it is like 4 is there. Okay. So long will have like long and double are same. So it will have 8. And float is similar to that of int. So it will have 4. And for double, it will be like 8 will be there. And Boolean, as far as me, it is 1. Okay, so these are the things, and we will specify the range. So it's like minus 128 to 127, and here the sort will be like maybe wrong, but it is like 32,768. Correct me if I'm wrong. Two, like 32 to 1 minus 32,767. Okay, and like car, it's 65,535. Where is it? 65,535. Okay, and for int, so like the int one will be able to write it, not required actually. Basically, these things for just for your knowledge, like how many numericals up to which it will follow, like 8 or 9 or 10 up to that. You should remember that. It will be useful while you are in the company. You will be doing projects. It will be useful. Not like that. It will not be useful. And this one, like one will be minus. Whatever will be there, one will be minus. Okay. So now one will be bit more than that. Two, 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 zero. It will do it till next. So moving on. Okay. So float. Here we cannot able to write that much value, so we'll use the exponential one. Okay. Look to this. That will be like how much? It's a positive value. Okay, that's why specifying the plus one. And it will be a task for you for writing for the double and finding for that. Okay. And for Boolean, it will be like true or false. Okay. This is the thing. So it will like by default in the Boolean we will have like false and for double it will be like 0.0. Okay. And for float it will be like 0 here. For capital F you can also write that. Long it will be 0 L. Okay. So and for int it will be 0. For char it will be single white space. One white space. Okay. And like sort it will be like 0 integer type and it is also 0. All other things. Okay. I think this much aid you can go through these ones. Okay. Or else you'll get heavier. If you want, then we can move forward with some things like okay. as we have written here default values, I should mention one thing, one important thing about the default values. So like default values, okay, are only applicable to class name. Okay, like the variables if those are present inside the class level. Okay, inside the class level, those class level variables are automatically initialized by the JVM with the default values based on its data types. Okay, but whereas local variables like must be initialized by the developer explicitly, like whoever is writing the code, that developer is responsible to initialize the local values. Only the local values will not be initialized with the default values. Okay, only the class level values will be assigned with the default values. Okay, it is a must be initialized. Okay, if you do not initialize it, will the compiler will throw the error explicitly. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so if you are confusing, I can tell like this. If you have a class is there, class, you can say the so if a method is there, like public static void main is there, you know that method, main method or favorite method. So like this is there. So this part is called the class level part. Okay, this part, this part is called class level part. Okay, this is the class level, and this is the method level. Whatever here only written. Okay, this is called class level. This is called method level. And this is called method level. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, so if we are just only starting these things, so not will be literals. Okay, literals is nothing. The constants which is specified for the variable, those are called the literals. Okay, it's nothing. Yeah, only if you in anyone what is literal, a literal or constants. Only tell that much. It's nothing more is there. Like constants means example uh we have five is a literal. Single code A is a literal. Okay, double quotes my name. Because this is a literal only. Okay, nothing there. This is literal. Okay, like if it's boolean value we have, it's a literal only. Okay, it's a constant. All the constants are called literal. And like literals, we have the types is there. We have like in integral type, integral literals is there, and the floating point literals are there, and the character literal is there, and the string literal are there. Okay, these are the types. We will read about them in the next video. Okay, literals, more depth. Okay, in 2 to 3 more videos, we will be finishing this data type and literal part. Okay, just go through this video once. Okay, you will get to know. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening.